Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Fallout 4. Today, we're going to be looking at a recently released Fallout London mod from Team Folon. Before we get started, if you're new here, please consider subscribing and join our growing community here on YouTube. And if you're returning, as always, thank you for your continued support. If you enjoyed today's video, please remember to like and share the video with a friend, as it greatly helps the channel. The gameplay in today's video is footage gathered from our last couple of streams over on Twitch. If you haven't went over there and followed me, please consider doing so. I broadcast 3 days a week and I'm usually live from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Central. I'd love to connect with you guys over there. And now, without further ado, let's get into some Fallout London. Team Folon's long-awaited passion project, Fallout London, finally released this last week after a big delay due to the release of Fallout 4's next-gen update. In today's video, I'm going to be giving a breakdown of my first impressions during my time exploring London. I want to emphasize I only have about 5 hours of playtime into the story and world exploration due to troubleshooting issues that occurred Monday night when I began our playthrough over on Twitch. In today's video, we're going to be diving deep into the project itself, the installation requirements, recommended fixes, the setting, features, character building, gameplay, and world exploration. So without further delay, let's get into it. I don't think I'm a gentry.
Yeah, well, you don't.
Many of you watching this may already be familiar with Fallout London and the efforts behind the project. So if you're one of those people that's not really interested in the details of the project, just refer down to the timestamps in the description and skip ahead in the video to the part that you're interested in. But for those of you that are not familiar with the project, I'll go ahead and tell you that I believe Fallout London is one of the most, if not the most ambitious projects involving the Bethesda modding community that I've ever seen. At least when it comes to a story-driven mod that's been completed. Now, I say completed because some of you may be familiar with pre-existing projects like the Fallout 4 Capital Wasteland or the Mojave mod that brings Fallout 3 as well as Fallout New Vegas into the newer Fallout 4 creation engine experience. Definitely check those out if you haven't done so already. I'll actually link the website for the Capital Wasteland mod down in the description below. Now, if you're a fan of this project, I bring this one up as an example of incomplete projects because it's been a while since we've had any updates on this mod. Fallout London's been in progress since 2021. I've done some research on their website to learn a little bit more about it myself. So it's been put together by a team of very passionate individuals that are committed to the release of this expansion. And I say expansion because it's essentially an add-on or a DLC to Bethesda's title, Fallout 4. Now, I think it's really important to note that Fallout London is an exclusive mod add-on to PC installments of Fallout 4, specifically the Steam and the GOG versions of the game. Fallout London will not be releasing on console ports, however, according to Fallout4London.com. While the developers have no plans on releasing it on console, they have actually given the community permission to convert the mod to migrate it over to console. So it's not completely impossible for those of you that play on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series consoles to experience it, at least right now, directly through Team Folon. It's not coming anytime soon. Very interesting. So as previously mentioned, Fallout London is exclusive to a PC experience as of this recording. Players can either play the mod via Steam or through GOG. I'm personally utilizing the GOG version of Fallout 4, the Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition, to play this mod. If you're a player that prefers to play Fallout 4 on Steam or already own it there and don't want to buy it again, the developers did post a very, very detailed walkthrough of how to walk back versions of Fallout 4. For Steam players, it's important that these instructions are followed to a T due to the released Fallout 4 Next Gen update that will break this mod if you do not roll it back. So you'll very likely have that update installed to your Steam version of the game. So go to the website, follow that walkthrough guide on how to walk it back. It's very detailed. I'll even post screenshots of it on the screen. Should be there now if you just want to review them that way, but it's just fallout4london.com, and it's linked down in the description. If you're a GOG player or would like a simplified experience, as of this recording, Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition is on sale through GOG's store for like $16, and the mod install is simplified by comparison, and the mod is free. It's important to note, though, that some users will deal with a crashing issue, and if you're someone affected by this, like I was, you can download the Buffout 4 mod through Nexus Mods to fix the crashing performance issues. The website provides details on how to do this as well, and it's a common issue, so if you do experience this, it's important to not be discouraged. And again, the website will be linked down in the description below. Hey man, stim packs are extremely expensive. Medical supplies are very... So now that we've talked about all the technical how-tos when it comes to installing and stuff, let's get into the setting and talk about features of the game to give you guys a better idea of what's going on. And I have to say that this mod is hands down the most ambitious expansion that I've personally ever seen in a Fallout experience. I myself am new to modding, but of the mods that I have experimented with, this is hands down the richest and the most immersive experience that a player could ask for. It's been condensed around the main central boroughs, and the world map is about the same size as the base game of Fallout 4 and Far Harbor combined, to give you guys an idea of the size of the map. While this experience is a new take on the Fallout series and none of the content is canon, the creators have established their story takes place about 50 years before the events of Fallout 4, specifically starting in the year of 2237. Now, while I've only made it about 5 hours into the story, the devs have confirmed that the FEV virus has not made it to Europe from the United States, thus why the player will not encounter any super mutants or similar creatures. And because Vault-Tec is an exclusive company to America, London doesn't have a version of a Vault that's familiar to the player. It's confirmed on their website that there will be a new variation of Vaults, however it will not be involved in the better living underground experience that Vault-Tec offers. Fallout London is a new take on post-Great War life. Players will immediately be immersed into the story without the grog of build-up. World environments are rich and full of colors and depth, so huge kudos to the environmental design team. While I've personally never been to London, when I explore the ruins and other locations within the world, it truly immerses me as a player. The difficulty of this new experience surpasses that of Fallout 4, as ammo and health items are far more difficult to come by. While you can purchase these items, they're very expensive, and gathering the resources to craft them generally is more affordable to the new player. And taking the time to gather food and purified water is far more rewarding than before, and weapon designs bring out a new depth to the experience. While we don't see any return of pre-existing factions from the Fallout franchise, Team Folon has taken the time to bring to life 7 new factions that have never before been seen in the Fallout universe, all of which have their own unique background and story that the player can dive further into. There's even new radio stations, new and old songs that have returned, and all NPCs have fully voice acting for the most immersive experience. The team even hired one of the doctors from Doctor Who to voice the War Never Changes intro, which is super cool. There is an expansive new look to the perk system and leveling. Many perks have returned with some new ones to bring a twist to the experience. I think it's important to point out that the team at Folon held a community poll and determined that the protagonist wouldn't be a voiced character either, as this could break immersion. See? You're like in like a test tube thing. While character building is very similar to the Fallout 4 experience, there's some other familiar vibes that we get from older Fallout entries with leveling and the perk system alike. When building our character, the player will recognize the Fallout 4 character creator layout. However, the number of hairstyles, makeup options, scars, blemishes, and facial hair options are just unbelievable. By comparison, my character, Jamie, is pretty simple, but you could get really in-depth with your character design if you want to. The classic special system returns, but the leveling and perk selection menu from Fallout New Vegas has made a return, or at least a similar appearance of it has come back. When leveling your character, the player will get 2 attribute points for every 2 levels. At least that's how it seems so far, as I've only hit level 5 so far. So for example, level 1, you get 1 point. Level 2, you get 2 points. Level 3, you get 1 point, and so on and so forth. Just like with Fallout New Vegas, every other level you get 2 attribute points to put into any 2 perks or special ability. The player will notice there are several new perks to pick from, and to say that there are some creative ones is definitely an understatement. The developers truly laid the foundation for an extremely immersive experience for the player. Now, once you're able to get out into the world and explore, the first thing that can be noticed is the superior level of detail of the buildings, the water textures, the lighting textures, and the environmental audio. Folon truly built a world where the player can be sucked into a post-war bombed experience, and it feels consequential. For example, the moment we escape the starting location, the protagonist is involved in an accident that leaves us injured, and the player can either then choose to follow the main quest line and further investigate the situation to seek out medical assistance, or they can just aimlessly wander off, and the NPC even tells us that we can wander off and explore the world. Now, most of the time, I would normally take advantage of this and use it as an opportunity to level up by getting XP and discovering new locations within the world. But if this is done now, the player has to deal with taking an increased percentage of damage during combat since they've been injured. The game is designed to push the player further along in the story while allowing the opportunity of exploration. And as far as gameplay is concerned, it's definitely Fallout 4, but with some major quality of life improvements. Simple things like being able to climb up or slide down a ladder without the process being separated by a loading screen is a prime example. Not something that is a huge deal, but we're all aware of how long Bethesda's loading screens can be, and it's 2024. You shouldn't have to sit through a loading screen to use a ladder in a game. To me, this is a big deal. I haven't personally discovered ammo benches yet, but I have confirmed from people in stream, as well as just Googling it after stream tonight just to make sure it was correct. But they have brought back ammo crafting. So I haven't found a bench yet for it, but they have brought it back into this mod. And as to why it never rolled over from New Vegas into Fallout 4, I guess we'll never know. But hey, it's here in London. As far as creatures, there's several new creatures in the ruins of London's. So far, I've encountered massive ladybugs, gigantic bloat flies, leeches, and new variations of mirelurks, and much, much more. So lots of new stuff in terms of gameplay and world exploration. Fallout London excels as a mod. However, I do think it's very important to emphasize that this, in fact, is a mod. So if you are experiencing any issues, bugs, crashing, glitches, be sure to refer to their FAQ over on Folon's website. And remind yourself, this is a mod, and sometimes troubleshooting is involved with playing a mod. So I cannot emphasize this enough. Again, this is a free mod that adds a story, voice-acted NPCs, unique dialogue options for the protagonist, immersive character creation, weapon customization, as well as ammo crafting, new perks, and an entire new city to explore. So massive amounts of content. Download this mod now if you have Fallout 4 on PC and give it a shot. I think that you'll really like it. I don't think that you're going to regret it. And I really think it just completely changes the Fallout experience. If you are somebody that's playing this mod or you're planning on playing it, I want to know what your thoughts are, how you feel about your experience, or what you think about it if you're watching me over on Twitch play it, or if you have a friend that's playing and you're watching them. What is your takeaway? How do you feel about the mod? How did you feel about your installation process? Was it easy for you? Did you have problems? I'm just kind of trying to get as much feedback into that as possible because I am just genuinely curious. I'm new to modding, like I said earlier in the video, but it was really easy. This is like the easiest modding experience I've ever had. So shout out to the devs for making it so easy. Another thing is that this game seems to have a lot of lore of its own and story to tell. And as you guys know that are subscribed and watch regularly, that's what we kind of do here on the channel is we look at a lot of lore and areas, factions, locations in Fallout 4 specifically. Right now, we're getting ready to branch into some other games as well as other Fallout games. If this is one that you would be interested, even though this stuff is not canon, during our streams, I'm reading a lot of the terminals and stuff, and they are so immersive and in depth, and just the writing is incredible. So if you guys are interested in learning about London, let me know down in the description below as well, because maybe we can make some time to deep dive into some stuff in this little part of the universe. If you're new, make sure you guys consider subscribing if you enjoyed today's content. If you like lore videos, check out our Fallout Deep Dives series. I think you'd really like it. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Like the video, share it with a friend. It is 3:30 in the morning, and I'm very, very tired. We'll see you guys on our next Fallout adventure.